outset, I express my loving gratitude to dearest Ma Sai, to my grandparents and parents who were the channels which got me closer to God, which got me admitted to his university, because I don't think so, without their blessings and without their sacrifices, anything would have been possible. Loving Sai Ram to one and all. The story goes this way. So there is a fine breeze in a good afternoon in Prashanti Nilayam while we are all sitting in Kulwant Hall. Every eye is on one gate, and suddenly something happens and Veda's chanting starts. एक हवा का झोंका वहां पर एक सन्नाटा बना देता है, जिसमें सिर्फ कुछ को वेदा की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है और किसी को कुछ भी सुनाई नहीं दे रहा. So there is a silence, but there is a fragrance, and a small body, a humanly body with orange robe, comes from that gate and starts floating in between us. With this breeze, there comes out band of emotions, prayers, feelings in that Kulwant Hall, which I think the universe itself could not handle. The band of prayers range from family, profession, health, spiritual gains, pains, you name it, and it is there. And this aura, this beautiful orange aura, is absorbing everything, looking at everyone, and everybody is thinking that Swami is looking at me. So I am also one of those lucky who is sitting in the veranda where students are sitting, and as soon as he enters the gents side, we go up to him and start revolving to the site where he moves around. So he comes around and he goes to the temple, to the veranda of the mandir, and he goes inside. But there are devotees overseas who are actually waiting to get the permission for their program. And one of those, leaders, he approaches Swami and says, "Swami, we have a program which we wish we could present before you. But before this all happens, we all rush to the mandir, because normally in normal course, it is up to the Lord whether he, accepts the program or not. So we all rush to the bhajan hall, and we think bhajans would be there, Every evening bhajans are there, and we rush to the bhajan hall. We all sit there jam-packed, and from the ladies' side also, everybody comes and the bhajan hall is jam-packed. But Swami is not coming to the bhajan hall. So suddenly, somebody tells कि Swami ने program के लिए हाँ कर दिया, and everybody rushes outside. Somehow I am in my own thoughts, and I am the last one who is going out. And suddenly, Mr. Venkatachalam, who is the person who takes care of us in the hostel and who is the head of prasadam distribution, he tells, I need 3 boys from prasadam distribution. And he catches hold of me. He tells, एक तो तू हो गया और 2 मेरे पीछे. It thrills me, it gives me goosebumps, at that moment on the back side of the gents side of the bhajan hall. He gets me, and I am made to stay inside while the program starts. The program starts, and Venkatachalam sir says, get 3 bowls, and Krishnam, you will be the first one who will go for the blessing. It happens most of the time, right? I have gone for many times prasadam blessing, but I am narrating this to you as it was a special incident. So we go to the place, we collect the bowls, and we come and we sit in the bhajan hall. Could you imagine? It is that bhajan hall where our Lord sits, and I am amongst only 3 or 4 guys who are sitting in the mandir bhajan hall, and Swami is there outside. I cannot see him. I used to speak with my grandfather daily before going to darshans. And my grandfather used to only tell me one thing. He used to tell me, student of Swami, knowing Swami, not knowing Swami, even even you are man, women, animal, whatever you are, whomsoever you are, just know that Swami is God. Every time he used to tell me, just remember Swami is God, everything else is fraud. That was his favorite dialogue. He used to tell me, kabhi mat sochna tu student bolna, ye sab dikhawa hai. Every time he used to tell me. So I used to ask him, I used to call him Pitaji. I used to tell him, Pitaji, then what should I do? He used to tell me, always look at his feet, always try to be at his feet, always try to look in his beautiful eyes, take lot of grace, beauty, from him, and always try to gain moksha. He used to tell me, I was very young at that age. So, second thing which he used to tell me was always chant as much namasmarana as much you can when you are there in his golden feet. So I was sitting inside the bhajan hall and I was recollecting all these things while I was looking to the beautiful mandir altar we had, the Swami's pic himself, Shirdi Sai Baba's picture, the Nagadevta in between. The left hand side, there is a Abhay Hasta photo of Swami. There used to be Hanuman statue. You name it, you can recollect everything which was there in the bhajan hall. And I started chanting Gayatri. And my motto was ki Swami ka isse pehle I should chant 108 Gayatri. I did it. Then I started chanting Sai Gayatri 108 times. It happened. Now the fear is the program is coming to an end और मुझे ये लगता है यार 108 तो पूरी हो जाए यार जो भी मैं chant कर रहा हूँ. So I started chanting Mahamrityunjay. It is not coincidence. There are 99% coincidences in my life. I'll come to that later. Suddenly, 107th or 106th, I get a news ki Swami has called for prasadam. I fatafat finished my A108 and I go. So I'm the first one to go. I go from the side. Swami enters from the interview room side, the first gate. Swami is sitting in the portico, and I go from his left hand side. There are two guys who are behind me, right? As soon as I reach to Swami, he's so gracious. He immediately looks at me and raises his Abhay Hasta. I get nostalgic when I think about it. I immediately get a feeling that tera pura life main dhyan rakhunga. Don't get feared. It is that Abhay Hasta I have got. He is blessed every time we all have been to him. But still, whenever I am in problem or whenever I feel lonely, that Abhay Hasta still motivates me and kicks me hard. And I am all the happy person I am today. So he blesses me and he smiles at me. I think, how come you know that I chanted whole? We are human beings. I get the prasadam blessed. I go forward. Somebody tells me Swami is calling back. I look at him again. He blesses me again and I go. It's not a small incident. It changed my life forever. Whenever I switch a job, whenever I am in a problem, whenever I am going hard in negotiation, somebody tries to pressurize me, I say, as Swami Vivekananda, says, do you think even an ant in this whole universe needs our mercy to survive? It is his will. It is his way that he makes us to survive. This is a very small incident. So last week, I think we had satsang of Professor Bhagya. So he was my teacher and he was my mentor also. So I used to talk a lot with him while he was going to the hostel dispensary, and I used to accompany him a lot. So he told me, Krishnam, if you want not to be born again, God get hold of Swami's, I don't recollect, left or right thumb, feet's thumb, and always pray for whatever you wish. So there was one good friend of mine, his name is Vijay Sundar. He's a professor in Indian School of Business now. This guy had a habit of making pictures of different people. Sometimes he'll make Ishwar Amba's sketch. Sometimes he'll make S.V. Giri sir's sketch. Sometimes he'll make Ratnakar's sketch. He'll make sketches of everyone around and he'll show it to Swami daily. It is not again coincidence. Most of the time, when Swami used to pass, Vijay Sundar would be sitting here and I would be sitting next to Vijay Sundar. So Swami's chair will stop. Swami will start interacting with him. Kiska banaya? Kaun hai ye? S.V. Giri would be next to him, S.V. Giri sir would be next to him. He'll tell kaun hai ye? He'll tell Swami ye S.V. Giri. Then Swami will tell, no, he's not S.V. Giri. His hair are not that black. Swami will tell everything. But for me, the incidence was all different. While Swami's chair is like this, his feet would be next to me and I would be catching hold of his feet for 5 minutes, 3 minutes, 2 minutes and praying whatever. And whenever he used to go, he used to look and smile. I still remember and I still feel whenever he does not talk, he talks much. With most of the universe, he never spoke, but he spoke much and he made them understand, made us understand much more whenever he used to keep silent. So somebody asked me, ki experiences batao. Which experiences? I wish to ask, which experiences should I tell? Should I tell you that whenever I never used to get a seat in the bus, I used to ask him and he used to give me the seat of my choice? Should I tell you whenever I don't get a parking, he gives me the parking wherever I wish? Should I tell you whenever I am in a problem in my job, I don't go to, HR professionals or HR forums. I pray to him that Bhagwan, you take care, but I'm not feeling happy. Either you make me happy or you do it. I am not boasting nor I am telling you any philosophy. But whenever we were in Puttaparthi, wherever we were, I learned only one thing, that if his grace flows, everything happens. And the second thing which Professor Bhagia used to tell us went very deep in my mind, because once what happened was, Swami was in the veranda. We were there in the, where bhajan happens these days. We were sitting and he called Professor Bhagia. He told bachcho ko kuch batao. So Bhagia sir is an encyclopedia. So Bhagia sir also got confused. He told kuch batao. You know what Bhagia sir spoke? And he's told us this thing hundreds of times. In front of Swami, he told, if you think this is Swami's work and this is not Swami's work, you will not get in 1,000 births what you aspire for. I don't think so. There can be a better message of life than this. My profession is not Swami's work. Whenever I am cooking, it is not Swami's work. Whenever I am going somewhere, it is not Swami's work. If I am going to bhajan, it is Swami's work. I think we are at the wrong place. Because what I understand was, Swami is not God. Swami is not human being. Swami is a phenomena. He is awareness, which is the soul of this universe. Without him, nothing happens. So there was a program which happened before Swami, and I thought I'll speak some lines before Swami. So I was in the third row inside Bhajan Hall, and I got up. So the lines were, my grandfather told me, taught me while I was a Bal Vikas student. His power immeasurable. So the lines went, his truth inexplicable, unfathomable. There is nothing which he can't see. He's all of it. Something, I am missing a line or something. So I used to think I'm a very, very confident speaker. I can speak anywhere. I am in the third row. And my legs are trembling like anything. My left leg, I was about to fall. Swami told, "Kucho, baith jao." So he told, "Gir jayega," and everybody started laughing. He breaks our ego at the moment where he wishes so. So what is it that we cannot ask him? So if we are giving, if we are serving someone, if we are serving poor, if we are serving my grandfather, if I'm serving my mother, if I'm serving my father, if I'm serving my colleague, if I'm serving my boss, if I'm serving my subordinate, if I'm serving my neighbor, what stops me from thinking that this is not Swami's work? What stops me from saying to me that Swami, thank you, you gave me this option? I can tell you thousands, 10,000s of incidents where I feel he's always there. So whenever I drive long, I'm going to my home place or whenever I'm alone, I leave my left seat for Swami. Car's left seat, I leave it to Swami. So while I was coming 2 weeks back from Himachal, there was huge rain. There was heavy rain. And I had kept something on the left-hand seat, which was to be thrown outside. So I just threw it outside while, I was coming from Dharamshala. And I told my parents that I have threw it outside and I have managed it. But suddenly I saw that there were some drops of water which were there, in the footmat. Now it was raining outside. So I thought, chalte hain. Then I realized when Swami will sit, will not his feet get wet? So I suddenly went outside. I took, I had a bed sheet which was lying in the backside of my car, and I just took it and I, kept it on the floor. And I thought, at least Swami, I cannot do much about for you, but at least you can have good rest. We all forget Swami. I do forget Swami, but I am remembering through this talk that yes, the phenomena has to go. Last Diwali, while we were at home, so I was in my small farmhouse. My father has a hobby of plantations and everything after his retirement. So he's into books and agriculture, you can say. So he works 12 hours. So he's much more fitter. I'm the only one who has grown, leaps and bounds in my family. So we were celebrating Diwali. Suddenly thought comes to me that my father has got some 100 trees in our farm. He nurtures them left and right. So what is it that I can contribute? I can give water whenever he says, or what I can do some small sundry jobs. So I thought of, let me actually first wish them. And what I decided with my wife was, let us give lamps to every tree and bow before them. Thank you for being with us. Thank you for giving everything. And we went to every plant. I call you to my place. And this year, our mangoes, the mangoes which came from our farm, were at least 10 times more than what they were before. It was not because of me. So my grandfather used to climb trees, and whenever he used to come down, he was again a professor, but after that, it was his hobby. He always used to go before trees. I used to ask him why. It tells, जितना जिंदगी के भीतर और नीचे जाओगे, जितना ज़्यादा gratitude छोटी-छोटी चीजों का पे करोगे, उतना मिलेगा. So this is one again good learning, which I think only Bhagwan and my grandparents, through grandparents and directly by him, that small things pay us in life and it gives us fulfillment. पेड़ को देखा, thank you बोला. अपने घर में कोई plant लगा है, thanks. For many things to our children, for many things to our neighbors. So I thought of telling this incident. So whenever now I come from my home, I always go to them and I say them goodbye. They don't respond, but I feel happy. So before we conclude, somebody asked me that, what do you think? How successful are you? I told, I am, because there is something called as fulfillment, which very few get. So while I served my grandparents, I whenever I get a chance to, give oil to my mother's legs, to massage her legs, or my father's feet, I think this is Swami's grace. And I told, the litmus test is, which Swami tells, am I happier and feeling contented than what I was 1 year back, or a couple of years back, or maybe 3 years back? If I am more happy, if I am feeling contented and fulfilled, that does not come from buying a new house, new car, new school, good, compensation from the company we work for. It comes from something else. If it is happening, that means, okay, stuff is going right. It can be that in my family, some mishap would have happened. Yes, it has happened many times. And who amongst us all has not faced any difficulty in life? Everyone has. But fulfillment and contentment are different things, because they are not related to these things, because time fades many wounds. But fulfillment and contentment comes from something different in life. So I say the litmus test which I learned from Swami was, am I feeling more fulfilled, contented, and happy, and happier than what I was a couple of years back, 1 year back, 2 years back, or whenever I think so. So if you ask me, I feel so. We can laugh out louder. We don't feel, I don't feel this is my place, this is his place. We feel it is, I feel neutral. Kiska ghar? Kya milega? So after this journey with Swami, after this journey with Bal Vikas, after the grace and the blessings of my father and mother, I think what Swami teaches all of us is constant integrated awareness. Number one, that is, we should be aware of him every time. So some people say, I think Swami is speaking through me. No, Swami is speaking through everyone. You are only realizing that he is speaking through you. It's as simple. So this is one, that awareness of Swami. This is one thing which I wish to share. The second thing was the litmus test. Are we happy, contented, and fulfilled? That comes through sacrifice, through helping others, and feeling wherever we are, wherever we are, that are we with Swami? Is he coming? Are we feeling him? Are we getting his dreams? No, it cannot happen कि हम रात को पूरा दिन लड़ाई करके आए, रात को भजन लगा लिया कि यार शायद स्वामी आ जाए सपने में. It never happens. It happens sometimes कि he comes out from his own will. If it is happening, let us be more and more happy. Problems will come. We'll lose near and dear ones, because our band of life is also limited. But we all were fortunate. We all were fortunate. Whomsoever knew Swami, whomsoever never knew Swami, that Lord himself was there in between us, amongst us, for all reasons known to no one except him. Sai Ram.